Okay, last time we played Fallout 3, we almost got out of the vault at the start of the game, but the game crashed at the last second right when we were about to leave, in traditional Bethesda fashion. So this session will be starting by almost immediately leaving the vault and seeing what we can find outside. Been enjoying what I've seen of this game so far. I think I lost some progress when I died. I guess we'll see what happens here. Oh wait, I don't think I actually want to go this way. This is the way I came. Because this is the basement of the Overseer's room. Wait. Is it? I'm not sure how far back I got sent. We'll go this way and see what we can find. At least it's auto-saving all the time, right? Yeah, I thought this was the Overseer's office, isn't it? Wouldn't it be funny if it auto-saved before it crashed and now the game is unwinnable? I mean, funny is one word to describe that. Do I have a map or something? I can't wait in this location. Overseer's office is how you get out of the vault, isn't it? Maybe there's something I have to press in that basement. It might have held on to multiple autosaves, so I can maybe look through my autosaves. I think this is around where the Overseer's daughter shows up and is all pissed at me. Wait, it's fine, there's a door there. Hooray! The long search is over.
Good, you're
What's
leaving.
up, Amato?
I guess you were trying to help me, but you didn't have to kill him.
And he attacked me.
So you say. Maybe one day I'll be able to forgive you, but not now. I hope you never have to find out what it's like to see your father killed right in front of you. No, don't listen to me. Just go. Find your father. I have to go bury mine.
I haven't played this game before, and I don't know what happens. I heard that they changed the ending with one of the DLCs, but her saying, "I hope you never have to watch your father die in front of you," is pretty on-the-nose foreshadowing. I don't know if that's a thing. Come with me. There's nothing here for you anymore.
No, I can't.
Okay.
Stop in the name of the Overseer.
Actually, open it.
Stop in the name of the law. Okay, it says my health is low. Hold up. Oh, it's not that bad. Enough for the amount of damage that they deal anyway. Officer Park Ranger.
Bring it.
Not enough AP. Yeah, I was killing one of these guys when the game crashed last time. Why not come with me? I already killed your dad. What do you have left to do with your life, now that your dad is dead? Nice critical strike. Head crippled. So what does it mean to have your head crippled? Does that mean I, like, bashed your skull in or something? It happened again! The same crash! Am I not supposed to kill Officer Park? I swear it was the exact same thing that crashed me last time. Oh man, Bethesda problems. Let me, I think I have to Control-Delete, right? If it lets me. Oh right, because I can't see what the task manager says. I have to read that little thing and try to get down to it. This exact same thing happened last time. I think Alt-E is end task. Oh man. Alright. Third time's a charm. Yeah, right. Let me Google it. Fallout 3 game freezes when killing Officer Park. Game freezes when fighting certain NPCs. It's tough. Like, you start typing game freezes when, and the number of Google suggestions is extremely high. Game slow freezes when I attack a specific enemy NPC. Oh, thanks for the link, Kiri. I'll click on that here in a sec. Just find the same link. I found one that was talking about game crashes when killing certain NPCs. It's an AI issue.
We need the door open now.
Oh my god. You actually opened it.
Alright, I'm not even going to talk to her this time. We're just going to bail. Bye. Later, folks. Hey, Ludifex, how you doing? Before you leave Vault 101 forever, you may revise your character. I think I'm happy with what I picked. Hey, it didn't crash. This is pretty cool on your way out. Turn down a hair here. Whoa! I like you getting blinded when you first walk outside, too. AI issue might pop up again. Alright, I'll just try to save aggressively. Does anyone in those threads have ideas of what I could do to deal with it? Let's see. I was thinking about doing sneak. And speech. Let's do speech first. It's possibly progression related, so it's more important. Two lines to edit in any file. Daddy's boy. Just like your old dad, you devote your time to intellectual pursuits. You get an additional 5 points in science and medicine. It says for using and maintaining a variety of conventional firearms. You can put a single point in any of your special attributes. Melee weapons goes up. Extra experience points whenever experience points are earned. I feel like if we're going to take that, now is the time to do it, right? Is there a level cap in this game? There's a level cap in Fallout 1, but not Fallout 2. Whoa. The Wasteland's pretty cool. Hey, Cal. Yeah. I crashed again in the same way, fighting the same enemy, so I just ran away and didn't fight them. 30 with the DLC? Okay. I assume there's way more than enough XP in the game to get you there, even without that perk. iBot. See, is there a sprint button in this game? Do you move faster when stuff's put away, like in Skyrim? Plenty of random encounters. I see. So there's not a finite amount of XP in the game in the first place. Even without bespoke content, there's radiated content. I like that. Both of those words. Skyrim, Fallout. It's the same engine, isn't it? Let's listen to the radio. Punch a raider's head off at the end. Nice.
Who the hell are you? Where'd you come from? Did Moriarty send you?
Who's Moriarty?
Colin Moriarty, the owner of Moriarty's Saloon in Megaton. That sack of shit is convinced that I'm some crazy junkie who stole money from him.
Tell him you're gone.
I'm tired of hiding out here like some kind of wasteland dog. I guess you're right. Here, this is all I have. Please leave me alone now.
Sweet. Getting some audio crackling, but I don't know if that's by design. This game's not super optimized in general, but also doesn't like to play nice with Windows 10. I think I do have a restoration or compatibility patch installed. Most streamers just kill her. Interesting. Springvale Elementary. Yeah, 2008. 11 years old. Oh, wonderful. That's cool. I could have pickpocketed there, I see. Do I get any bonus damage for attacking from sneaking? Don't shoot me. That's rude. I might use her gun. Just plays old patriotic music. Got it. Chinese pistol's a little bit worse than the 10mm pistol. Cannot save when enemies are near. Okay, here we go. Galaxy News is more interesting. Is it like quieter when I'm indoors? Okay, I'll turn it off. It's cool. It matters if you're in range or not. Woof, 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 woof. Look if you're indoors. No, I think that's cool. I'm on board with that. I think I also got a bit of armor. Apparel, right? There we go. Damage reduction 7. Better than the... Oh, security armor is better. Never mind. It seems like the game wants me to go to Megaton. This town seemed like an obvious place to explore at the beginning. And the first NPC I talked to mentioned it. Alright, so there's not skill books in this game, but I think there are... I remember watching my roommate play this back in like 2008. It was like bobbleheads, right? Or are there skill books also? There were skill books in, what was the game? Fallout 1 and 2. Dirty Water, Rad's Up, that's interesting. Oh, and comic books? Oh, that's cool. Basement.
Time to tear you apart.
Oh, hi. Hi, friend. Weapons in poor condition do more damage if repaired. You can repair items your pit while you're visiting a vendor. Oh, that's cool. Now, if I tell it to shoot multiple times and it dies before I finish the shots, it stops shooting, I assume? I'm gonna try to always pick up stuff that weighs nothing. I'm gonna try really hard not to cheese weight in this game. Yeah? Oh god. Hi, friend. I could target his gun? That's pretty cool. I mean, he can't shoot me now? I do like the way they did the VAT system in this game, where you don't have to use it if you don't want to, but it's pretty good. Hey, friend.
Hold still, meat.
I like that XP noise. Satisfying. So it looks like the condition on just about everything you find is Garbo, right? Oh, library key. Which makes sense. It's post-apocalyptic. You're not going to find a random item that has awesome condition to start with. So that one's condition is slightly better than the one I already had. Gotcha. Passive boost to melee. Are known for their meticulous upkeep. So far, I think I like this one a little bit better than Skyrim. I mean, I'm only an hour into it, but... It's interesting because I definitely prefer fantasy to sci-fi in most cases, but I haven't been as immersed in, like, Elder Scrolls lore. Nice! That's pretty satisfying. So I tend to struggle with fantasy settings that I haven't yet teased out what makes them different from every other fantasy setting, you know? Whereas this game kind of wears its identity on its sleeve. Like, it's really clear what this setting is like.
Fresh meat.
Head crippled. How it all blends together. I guess part of it too is thinking about like the not necessarily the mechanics design space, but the design space for like levels and areas you can explore. Like there's only so many variants of cave full of zombie, you know. And maybe that'll end up being true. It's like, okay, now we're in another building full of raiders, right? But I feel like from playing Fallout 1 and 2, there's all kinds of crazy variations of vaults you can enter with weird requirements. Like there was the Deathclaw vault, you know. Maybe that's in Skyrim too, and I've just been doing a bad job of exploring it. Generic vanilla Oblivion crap. What do you mean by that, loot effects?
It's killing time. Yeah.
Hi, friend. That's interesting. So it actually, when you use VATS, it checks to see how exposed their body part is, I assume? Oh. Well, the current auction system is the one that comes out of the box with DeepBot, so any changes to it like that, I'd have to write something from scratch, which I'm not opposed to doing. Can I, like, freely... Shit, I was about to ask if I'm able to freely heal in combat. Hopefully it auto-saved recently. And not just when I entered this building. I think this is quite a bit of progress loss. Yeah, oh well. I'll be more careful about saving. The other enemies weren't doing anywhere near as much damage as that guy. Oops. If I can make it to inventory before I die, I can use healing items. GTA always has you doing stupid errands that make no sense. Look at it projects how much damage you're gonna do, it's nice. Barrel got in my way, I didn't even know that was possible. Because VATS doesn't account for that. Hear those damn noises again. Oh man, video games. I could look into it. I definitely don't like the out-of-the-box DeepBot auction system. People can't search for... they can't enter a command to see what the current bid is, for example. So I've thought about writing one from scratch, but it would be pretty complicated. I mentioned before that the code to be able to enter exclamation point top votes is several thousand lines of JSON, because DeepBot's super janky and not very efficient.
This is bullshit. Come out and fight. What kind of an idiot screws with a raider anyway?
I'm that idiot. Start saving aggressively, figure out what the quick save button is, and probably just start tapping it all the time like we were doing in the earlier Fallout games. Where is this lady? Yeah, I don't think about if I were to write an auction system, I would need to find some way to force it to hold your points in escrow when you bid, so that you can't bid and then spend your points on voting later. The out-of-the-box auction system already does that automatically, right? But I'd have to do it through chicanery using text files. I'd probably have to generate a text file for, like, every single viewer who bids. Alright, I don't know where that lady was who was chasing me, but no lockers. And most of it's just empty. I mean, it makes sense, right? This place has already been ransacked. Alright. Yeah, there aren't any bots. DeepBot is probably the one bot that allows for the most custom scripting. And unfortunately, it's all through JSON, and it's with a limited number of variables that they've had to hardcode in. So if you ever want to make some bucks, I currently pay about, is it $5 a month for DeepBot? And support for it is starting to wane, like the developer has gotten really busy and hasn't released an update in about a year. So there's kind of a market for savvy streamers who can code their own stuff. You probably need to have at least the same feature set as what's in DeepBot. I don't know why head crippled is so funny to me. Can I use the action point system, the VAT system, to target multiple enemies in one time slow? Is that a thing? Oh shit! No! As long as you have AP. Might be a cost of switching, you see. Hey, there's a library key. Kind of interested in playing Fallout 4, even though I know people have problems with it, because I really like, I've heard this idea that the scrap in the game, I can search their head separately, that's funny. The scrap in the game, like random crap like pencils and books and stuff, can be reduced into a useful crafting system for things you might want. Which that's fun. I'd like the idea of turning all of the random cosmetic vanity flavor loot into something that you might care about, and having a playthrough where like, oh my god, I really need to find some pencils. Like, it seems like a fun exploration of the universe, and it seems in keeping with the flavor of the game in the series. Alright, let me top off on health here. And let me save. And let me see if I can find the quick save key. It's not one of the F keys. Is it in settings, maybe? Sorry, doggo. Come on, friend. Kill an enemy by dismembering them, fill their corpse with loot, then carry their head around without encumbering yourself? Is that still possible? Can you carry things like heads in and out of buildings? I think this guy's like a boss. Made him drop his weapons, that's cool. You just give up when that happens. And now he's getting another guy out. Oh shit, I'm out of ammo. It also has no ammo. You have BB gun ammo. Probably not great damage. It is not great damage. Okay. Carry it in like an object in the world and pick it up at doors and through areas. That's funny. I see, it uses almost all of my AP because of how slow the BB gun is with shooting, right? Reloading. Let me try to baseball bat this guy to death real quick. Hey, first try, Chinese assault rifle. Blastmaster helmets. Oh, gives you status effect bonuses? That's kind of cool. Basement key, mining log. Uh-oh. Same thing happened again. after looting him this time, though, instead of after killing him. So you think that's the AI issue that's causing it to crash? Well, fortunately, I saved right outside. Hey! Muscle memory. Alright, so you said there was an ini file that I have to edit. See if I can find the name of it here. 1 sec. I'm going to keep the clock running because I feel like this is part of playing a Bethesda game, right? Fallout.ini. At this point, I should just be playing it on... I think I have it for Xbox 360. This is Fallout 3, right? Okay. Must be this path and documents not in your Fallout program folder. Find use threaded AI equals 0. Change the threaded AI equals 1. Add new line inum hw threads equals 2. Okay. See if that does it. Thanks for the tip. PC gaming. Nice. Sneak attack critical. There we go. So maybe I can only get that while hidden, but not while in caution, maybe? Alright, we'll see. If we loot this guy and it freezes, then we know it's something else that's causing the problem, right? Okay, so that didn't count for sneaking, I guess. I'm out of here. What? They still have major problems on console, but you can't fix them like you can on PC, right? I didn't know there was variance. So the variance in damage that I was seeing on the different bats there, was that because of condition? Don't die! Alright, we'll see if it crashes again. Assault rifle, mic. Hey, it didn't crash. Any file edits for the win. Let's save. And let's use some of those stimpaks. And let's maybe equip this helmet. It's my current helmet, too. I get a lockpick bonus. That's kind of neat. I didn't notice that before. Speech bonus. Alright, well, it's slightly better. Bethesda's made great improve. Oh. Save file gets too big on Skyrim? That's crazy. Clipboard dart. Alright, so if I wanted to repair stuff, that's technically a skill in the game, isn't it? Repair is Y. So how does it know if something should be repairable or not? Does it just require other copies of the same item, I guess? Oh, interesting. Oh, that's cool. I kind of like that. So I should be picking up everybody's guns when I kill them. I didn't even know that was a thing. I dig that quite a bit. It's a working computer. Log entry 003. Hit a goddamn hive of ants in the tunnel. Bastards ate 7 of the best diggers before we could lock off the way in. Find a way to poison them so we can keep digging and blast into that vault. Scabs got tired of digging the tunnel and started using mines to get into the cave. Not a half bad idea. Explosions damn near knocked the building apart. Cool. Boppo died like a bitch. Didn't have half a bad idea setting up here. They've been trying to raid our vault. Disconnect users suck me. Ha ha ha. Nice. Save games getting a difference between item locations on disk and the change items in the player's version of the world, which makes sense, right? That's how like save files and world files for games like Minecraft are generated. There's a seed and then it records all the deviations from the seed. A bunch of drugs in this room. I almost missed this room. So many drugs. Ooh, too many items. Your stats started freaking out and items would lose their buffs? Wow. Man, that's nuts. Okay, I'm gonna go try to track down the corpses I left behind here so I can repair my guns. Okay, so I take the one that has better stats. Now the amount of repair that I do with a resource increases if I have more points in the repair stat, I assume. Coca-Cola is worth a decent amount of money. Well, I think I remember my roommate doing stuff with these Nuka-Cola Quantum or something. There's like a finite number of them in the game. They're fun to, they reward you for exploring. Centrals. Just want people's 10mm, I think. Oh, that Chinese assault rifle seemed pretty good too. Oh, it's a zone transition. Interesting. Is it? Is that what time it is? Big old open world like there's no wonder it has so many issues. Guana bits. Gives you rads. I like this game's exploration of the radiation a little bit more. Like, there ended up being very little in any of Fallout 1 or 2 that involved avoiding radiation, which I thought was kind of a bummer. Given that that's so, like, core to the setting. There were, like, maybe 1 or 2 areas where radiation was a problem, and once you had a suit of power armor, it was basically irrelevant. So the idea that, like, drinking dirty water irradiates you is kind of cool. The games are so engaging that people excuse all the bugs. Yeah, and I wonder if Bethesda is, because they know that there's a modding community, that they put in less effort to fix stuff. Like, you kind of have to be a little bit fair to them. These games are so huge that of course they're going to have a million bugs. How can you have this? Well, okay, I need to step back that a little bit. Breath of the Wild is almost bug-free, and there's an enormous, enormous game on the level of any of these games. I guess they don't really have complex NPC interactions or quest flags. For the most part. Yeah, I guess like goofy graphical glitches and jank aren't necessarily a problem. Like, sometimes they're fun. Even like Dark Souls has the weird ragdolling, right? Which I think is kind of charming. But it's when like the game locks up or freezes or you lose progress or your save file corrupts. Other companies have caught up in ambition but moved past them in polish. Yeah. Threw your pizza at the wall. Thanks. Yeah. Maybe it's that sort of bugginess is excusable in like Oblivion, Fallout 3, and Skyrim, but they can't make Fallout 4 or 5 or Elder Scrolls 6 and have this level of, you know, lack of polish. If they got their pass, they can't keep doing it. Oh, they will. But in terms of our choices to judge them, like, I think it's reasonable to give them a pass for this game and a couple of its forebears and contemporaries, but they ought to know what they're doing now. They ought to know better now, right? Should try to save after the things I kill. Basement key. Oh yeah, they're talking about digging this tunnel to try to break into the vault. I love that. That's really cool. I don't know, I feel like, and again, this might just be because I'm not being fair to Skyrim or I'm not playing Skyrim right, visiting the right places, but I feel like from seeing my roommate play some of this game, there are a lot of little stories like this in a given area. Like, you go in the cave and, oh, I see, this is a school. Oh, and I get it, there were raiders here. Oh, and they're trying to break into the vault where I started. That's kind of neat. Like they almost assigned a writer to each little optional mini dungeon. But I've been in several little caves and side areas in Skyrim so far that are just... This one has wolves. This one has ants. Yeah, it's interesting. I've definitely played games where you can tell that different teams wrote different sections of the game. You can really notice that with CRPGs. Like Mass Effect 1 in particular. You know, the way the conversations are laid out with Shepard are completely different on different planets. Skyrim's more like a sandbox, Fallout's more about discovery and story. You hear that? Hey, Zlua, how you doing? So, does Bethesda develop Prey, Doom, and Dishonored, or are they like the publisher or something? I really like those first couple hours of Prey. Exists in Skyrim, but it's separated. Critical strike on giant ant. Nice. This game is fun so far. I'm really enjoying it. If folks ever wanted to add it to the voting spreadsheet, I would be more than happy to play through the whole thing. I think main plus extra is probably appropriate. Oh, the head's an option. Okay. Nice. Very nice. Just finished Prey. We did a 2-hour subblock for Prey, and I was really impressed with it. BioShock is an apt comparison. Narrative-based first-person shooter. Oh man, this is classic, right? Back up and shoot. Egg clutch. Great. You guys coming to defend your eggs? Is that what's happening here? Oops. They like particularly weak against, they're more likely to be crit or something. I feel like VATS improves my enjoyment a lot too. The combat in vanilla Skyrim feels kind of jank. Okay, hold up. Head crippled. Nice. Your main weapon in Outlast is run. Nice. That's a good way to describe it. I did like Outlast, that was a good game. Quick and dirty to slow and tactical. Yeah, and I think it works better in this than it did in Fallout 1 and 2. I think giving you the option to not use VATS is kind of cool. It's a very neat flow. I guess you could probably argue that it makes the game too easy, but I don't know that anyone's ever really considered that Bethesda games are hard, you know? Was this a dead end? Howdy, Retro. How you doing? Are maps a thing? Local map. Kind of. I see, so maybe this is... Maybe there's another place I can get in here from that lets me explore further. I can't climb up this, right? It's like a one-way. It's a place to fight a bunch of ants. There's no, like, loot at the end, right? I guess this kind of counts. Oh yeah, that definitely counts. I just didn't see that before. Stimpack, assault rifle. Need to add like a mod to highlight loot. Can't see it at all. The Final Fantasy VII Remake is hat and slash. It's VATS. Oh, is there like a VATS thing in the FF7 remake? That's kind of cool. Spec Ops Training Manual. Read. Sneak increased by 1. Oh, that's neat. Alright, so it's worth it for a skill book. So I'm assuming there's a finite number of skill books in the game. I'm wondering if there's like a threshold stat level that I shouldn't take stats above on the assumption that I'll find skill books later. There's a pseudo ATB menu. I think I've mentioned it every single session that we've played Skyrim that I need to install an add-on or something to highlight non-trash loot. Even if it just like puts a little outliner on any loot that has a value above some threshold, that would make a big difference. No, that's cool. No, that's a cool rhythm, I think. Attacking normally and then attacking through something like VATS. Building up to being able to do that. I think there was still... Well, no, I think I finished exploring this place. Oh, no, that's fine. Just talking about mechanics, it's not a big deal. Thanks for asking, though. What did they change about it? I mentioned earlier, but I'm pretty pumped for that crafting system in 4. Even if it doesn't like work as intended in 4, I hope that it convinces other devs to do something similar in these open world games.
Hey. Yeah? What is it?
What will you do
Who
now?
knows? Shoot myself up till I forget who I am? The wasteland sucks, kid. Just get used to it. Later.
It doesn't 4 like start you with power armor. I don't know how I feel about that. Fallout 1 and 2 had a pretty clear trajectory where getting the power armor was like your transition into the end game. Where now things that were previously a huge threat are not a threat at all. Man, the vista is really pretty. This is in like the DC Beltway area, isn't it? Whoa, hello. You know many of the metro stations? That's cool. How close is it to real DC in terms of like the map? That's a fun classic enemy. Very close. Hey, nice timing on a level up. I want to pump sneak some more. They give you a lot of skill points. I'm kind of impressed by that. It's probably part of the... Probably based on the stats that I selected. Probably put some points into small guns. Get a perk every level? That's neat. I think that's correct. Perks are fun. I might put a point into special. Oh, I can keep stacking Swift Learner. I don't think I need more than one. It sounds like there's not that much XP in the game. Yeah, I got myself 10 intelligence. That's why I'm getting so much. Yeah, the little Vault Pip-Boy art. That Vault Boy is the name of the character. It's great. This game feels pretty respectful of Fallout 1 and 2. And it's clearly a different style of game, but you can tell that the devs enjoyed those titles, even if it's not the exact same people. But then those same people came on and did New Vegas using this engine, didn't they? A combination of them and folks from Obsidian. It's almost perfect for its time. Yeah, I can hear that. Need to get more ammo. That's cool. I didn't know there was a radiation element in certain areas of the game. I guess it makes sense. I saw it with the drinkable water and some of the items I could consume earlier. If you haven't watched Chernobyl yet, get on that shit. It is one of the best TV experiences I've ever seen. Very well written, well presented. Also listen to the podcast that goes along with it. They kind of break down scene by scene what's real and what's dramatized. Nice, Six Gun. And it's got Peter Sagal from Wait, Don't Tell Me on NPR. The DLC for New Vegas. Yeah, I'm very happy to be playing these 3D Fallout games for the first time after having played Fallout 1 and 2. I think there's a lot to appreciate and enjoy. Stuff that calls back to the original games. Without spoiling anything for Chernobyl, there's a sequence where they explain the physics of what happened, and it's pretty good for a layperson explanation. And there's a few more details that they don't get into, but it's just such a wide open space. I wonder what kind of secrets are hiding around. Oh, we're at time. Alright. Cool. And we'll switch to our next game. Sec here. Thank you, Cal, for sharing this game. I'm excited to play more of it now that we're out of the vault.